Hello, my name is Steph, and today we'll be going over micromodules. Micromodules is it's self-referential. It's meta. It's a module with modules on it. It's like ModKit, but like prehistoric. And
This is the story of
All available experts,
point of
please report to room
is to,
A9.
well, solve the bomb. So I'm gonna get my notepad out here. This will require edge work from the standard bomb. What is this edge work? So that is 2, 3, 6, 7, and 4. As well, as well as an unlit SMD. And the serial number is Hotel 15 Tango Quebec 5. Now, along with grabbing the standard bomb serial number, we want to grab the Microbomb serial number, which is Alpha Yankee Echo Echo Papa 2. We have a lit XXXX, unlit bomb, and an unlit explosion, or explode. We have a green battery. So, as you can see, there are 4 numbers, and they sort of look like Twitch Plays numbers. We're going to be going based on this, and you'll notice that I'm using the reword manual. It doesn't provide any, the only, thing that I use it for is particularly for, the keypad section, just so I don't forget what to do, because, one of the things is outside of it, and blah blah blah. It doesn't provide really any advantage, so you could use either one in my opinion. But there are 4 modules on the thing. This is code Morse, this is script wires, this is directional keypads, and this is math code. And we're going to have to solve these in order, and well, there can be a rare occasion where we don't have to solve them in order, but it still doesn't really matter. And we determine that order by looking at these instructions.
Emergency cleared.
The
All
micromodule
personnel,
code Morse
please
has an
return to
ID
your
of 1.
stations.
That is incorrect, so we go to the next rule. Otherwise, if micromodule directional keypads, which is this, has an ID of 2, and there's more than one module whose name contains the word button, it's just this. But let's say we had the button on here, then this would have to be solved first, and then we do the rest in ascending order. Otherwise, if math code has an ID of 3, it is not, and scriptwires has an ID of 4. If none of the rules above apply, and a lit bomb on the microbomb, or a lit bulb on the regular bomb present, order doesn't matter. We don't have a lit bomb nor a lit bulb, but if we did, we can just solve these in any order we want. However, we don't have a lit bomb, so we're going to be going through these in ascending order. So the script wires, directional keypad, code Morse, and then math code. So, since first things first is script wires, what we do is we grab the name after the word public renderer, or after the words, and we follow these instructions. If the name of the mesh renderer is a microbomb indicator, parallel is not an indicator. Otherwise, if it's a regular bomb indicator, which it is not, it is the name of a port, so we're going to use list 3. And we're going to cut these wires if their corresponding position is the color listed here. So, if 1 is green, we cut it. If 2 is blue, we cut it. 3 is white, it's not. 4 is black, so we cut that. And we can cut up to all wires. Well, not up to all. Well, yeah, up to all wires, but that's statistically impossible. We just cut as many as needed, and it'll solve that module like a regular module. The LED will show up. 5 is red, so we're going to cut that.
Yes.
And that we got that solved. Had none of those shared colors, we would cut the 6th wire. So let's say, for instance, that this wasn't black and this wasn't red, we would have to cut the 6th wire. Now then, next thing up is directional keypad. This one's the hardest in my opinion. We take the last digit of the serial number of the microbomb, which is 2, and then we add the indicator for directional keypad, which is also 2, and we add those together and we get 4. Then we multiply that number by the number of lit indicators, unless it's 0, in which case 0 is treated as 1, and that corresponding key in reading order is the key that is that we start at first. So the way this works is you're gonna follow the keys, and the keys. And if you encounter a fake key, then you will press that if you land upon it. If you don't encounter a fake key, then you will press the button. Let me restart. You'll press the fourth button. Well, not the fourth button, but the fourth button after doing all the moves. You have to follow 4 arrows. So, since we're starting at 4, that is this reverse. The reverse states if the microbomb indicator and if the microbomb serial number and regular bomb serial number have a vowel, they do not. So it's not fake. So then we go to the button that is above it, and if we're above, we go to the button that's below it. So we go to the swap, and it will be fake if the module's ID is 4. It is not. It is 2. So we follow the button diagonally from it, which is here. That is clockwise, and it's fake if the microbomb's battery is red. It is not fake, so we go clockwise. So it goes here. And this was already this was already proven to be true, so we follow it once more, and that was our 4th move, so we press a button we land on it, which is this. Had any of those been fake, we would press that corresponding button. Now we have code Morse. So, what you do is you just press receive code, and you jot it down. They're always going to be numbers, and each number is separated by a magenta flash. There is a full stop at the end with a red flash. Cool. So, I might just do it like this, and skadoosh. So we're going to add the number of batteries times 10 to the number that we currently have. So that would be 210, yep. And then if our microbomb's battery is a primary color, which in this case it's red, blue, yellow, if I'm correct. Yeah, no, I know, red, blue, green. Okay, so it is primary. So we're going to multiply this number by 30. So it's 156420. 156420. And then we're going to divide by the last digit of serial number, which in this case is a 5. Oh wait, yeah. And if it was a 0, we multiply by 5 instead. We do not have a 0, so we just ignore that. And we get 31284. 31284. It is not odd, but if it were, we would add 101. And then we multiply this by the ID of the micromodule. So it was 3, and we multiply it by 3, which is 93852. Now then, if your number is above 9,000, so 9999, you don't modulo by 10,000, which is a mistake a lot of people make, including myself a lot of the times. Instead, you modulo by 1,000 until it's below 10,000. So basically, you can just make this, you can just make it start with a 9. So we have 9852, and then we send that. Okay, and last but not least, we have the math code, which is the 4th one, and we take the equation, so a times b divided by c, and in each of a, b, and c, we write down the letters that are given, which is Zulu, Tango, and Victor. They each correspond to a, b, and c, respectively. So what we do is we convert each thing to its alphanumerical position. So 20, and then 22. Now and then we just follow these rules. if the number from the if the battery is a primary color, which it is, we add 5 to A. If one of the starting values, if one of the starting letters is vowel, we multiply B by 3. Otherwise, we subtract 3. So this is going to be 17. None of these are 0 right now, so we don't have to do anything with those. And then we add the number of batteries on the regular bomb to C. So we're going to add 7 to make this 29. And then we plug these operators in. Actually, no, we don't. We multiply by the number of lit indicator. We multiply each number by the number of lit indicators. Again, like before, if there's 0, we treat it as 1. So after we do that, since we have none, we'll treat this as 1. We're going to plug in the equation. So we're going to plug in the operators. So we bring this over here, and that gives us 12 point blah blah blah. You can ignore any decimal you get. So you get the number of 12. Now after you do that, it has to be between 100 and 999. And the way you do that is either by subtracting 100 or adding 100. So we get the number 12, and 12 plus 100 is 112. So we just submit 112.
What? Really?
Let's see what I did wrong. Probably something stupid. Let's go back through my steps. It is Zulu Tango Victor, which is 26, 20, and 22. Let's see. It was a primary code label, so we're gonna add. Ooh, did I do that? Oh yeah, okay. I accidentally wrote 21 instead of 31. So it was actually 118 instead of 112. So it wasn't that bad. And we submit that. Let's say, for instance, that I accidentally did something wrong. Like I entered in the wrong digit in code Morse, or I solved something in the wrong order. What you do is you press this reset button. First, let me just write all this down. So 4, 5, then bomb lift, then 9852, then 118. You press this reset button, and it'll begin a cooldown of at least 30 seconds, and where you can press that again, and it doubles each time. And it'll reset all the modules to their initial state. And in which case we can just solve these again. So this will be bomb left. This is 9852 and then 118. 9852. Oops.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were
Alright,
meant to
he had
happen.
defeated
the machine.
And that's 1 micromodules. Let's do a second.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Okay, and cool. Alright, sure. 3 DVI. I'm pretty sure ports aren't even important. 3 DVI, 3 RJ, 2 RCA, PS2, and a serial on 5 plates for some godforsaken reason. And we have Golf Papa 5, Charlie Whiskey 7. Okay, we have Tango Kilo Kilo X-Ray Kilo 9, odd serial number, a lit explosion, an unlit indicator, and an unlit middle. We have a purple battery, and like before, we followed the rules on what to solve. So, if code Morse has an ID of 1, which it doesn't, so we skip that step. If this is an ID of 2, it doesn't. This isn't 3 and this isn't 4. We don't have a lit bob nor a lit bomb. So we just solve these in ascending order. So we go to script wires. If the mesh renderer is the same as the name of a micro module indicator, it's not. It's a vanilla indicator. or regular bomb indicator, we're going to follow the regular bomb indicator rule. I should have mentioned when I was on ports that you can see SRCA. SRCA is a stereo RCA. That's what it's referring to. So it is a port. So we follow these rules. If the first wire is black, we cut it. Otherwise, and then white, blue,
Emergency clear.
green,
All personnel,
yellow, and
please
red.
return to your stations.
This one is yellow, so
He
we cut
had
it.
defeated the machine.
Now we have math code, which is A plus B times C, and that's QZV, which is 17, 26, and 22. So we go to the math code part, and if the bomb's battery is primary, we add 5 to A. It's not, so we just ignore that. None of these are valuables, so we're going to subtract 3 from B. And none of these are 0, so we ignore that step. And then we add the number of batteries to C, which is 0. And then we multiply that by number of lit indicators, which is also 0, so 1. So we're going to fill this out as usual. So this is going to be, So this is going to be a multiply, and this is going to be addition. Plug that in, we get 523, and let's just omit 523, just here. Alright, now we have Morse code, dash, dash, dot, so 7. There is a Morse code chart in the manual in case you don't know your Morse, or your diffuser doesn't know Morse. Alright, so we're going to add a number of batteries on the regular bomb times 10, which is 0, so it's not a primary color, so we ignore that as well. We divide by the last digit serial number, and we do not round, we use a floor function. So that's 1019. Since it's odd, we're going to add 101, so that becomes 120. And then we multiply by the micromodule's ID, which I believe is 3. Yep. So this becomes 3360. Yes. So then we enter 3360. Submit. And finally we have directional keypads. So let's see. We're gonna add the last digit of the serial number, the Microbomb serial number, and the ID, and then we multiply that by number of the indicators. So 9 plus 4 is 13. No lit indicators on the bomb, so that's just 1. Well, that's just 13. And modulo 4 is 1. So we start on clockwise. So it's not fake since our battery's red. Our battery is purple. And that will bring us to this. Let's see. For this one, we have to, if the bomb contains more than 2 D batteries, it would be false. It's not. So what we do is we imagine this to be in the middle of the module, and then we go to that button in which it would point to. So if it was in the middle, it would point bottom right. So it goes to the swap. The swap is fake if the micromod's ID is 4, which it is. So since it's a fake one, we press the swap. And since we did all of these in the correct order, we just press submit.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
And that is micromodules. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and good job.